Welcome to week one of the Business Analysis Techniques course for spring 2014. I'm your online instructor, Diana Block, and I would like to start off by giving you some information about myself and the course. So we have here our course, and this is Business Analysis Techniques. We can see there. So this course does have an ebook. So you'll just click on your ebook link and it'll take you to our book. There you have that. And you can also click on the instructor information to find out information about me and my office hours. I have office hours here Monday through Thursday, 4 to 5:30 Central Time. So you can contact me those days, and I'll be, right here by the computer to answer your email or near the phone to take your call if you choose to use that method of contact. But keep in mind, you can email me or contact me any time of the day. I will always respond to your email within 24 hours at the very latest. Usually it'll be within, less than an hour that I'll respond to your emails normally because I do work from home, so I'm always near my computer, and I get my emails right away. So you have ways to contact me daily at any time. You'll always get a response. But these office hours are just times when I will be definitely right by the computer for sure. So you've got that information, how to contact me. And also, we'll go into the content a bit later. Just want to show you we are going to have discussion threads each week. So you will have every single week you'll have a discussion. Every week you'll have some problems to complete. And twice during the quarter you will have a test. So let me see, what else do we need to go over first? Okay, we also have a late policy in place. So I'll go ahead and flip to that. Hopefully you won't have any issues arise and you'll be able to submit all your work on time to get maximum points. That's ideal. But I realize life does happen, and occasionally there may be a situation where you have to submit some work late. If that is the case, you can submit your work up to 3 days late each week, and you'll get half credit for that late work. So if at all possible, work ahead and plan well so that you don't have to submit anything late. But if there's an unavoidable situation, you will be able to get some credit for late work as long as it's submitted within 3 days. So let's go ahead and look at the Unit 1 assignments. There's a couple of things I want to point out to you. The Unit 1 reading is over Chapter 1 of your textbook. And so you'll read Chapter 1, and then there's also a PowerPoint here in Unit 1 content that summarizes the reading that you're going to do in Chapter 1. So you'll want to read through the book and then also flip through the PowerPoint to see the highlights. I also want to point out down here at the bottom the videos or the additional resources, one of which is a video, how to install Solver and the Analysis Tool Pack. You will need to install the Data Analysis Tool Pack and the Solver tool in order to complete the assignments for this quarter. So if you don't already have those active, which most people don't, because even if you're a regular Excel user, that isn't something you would normally use unless you had a reason to. You want to watch the video and read the article. Those are both going to walk you through how to install the Data Analysis Tool Pack and install Solver into your Excel. So you'll go through both of those. Then you've also got here the textbook website, and this is going to be a great tool you can use on your iPad to do practice tests to get ready for the 2 tests that you'll have in this class. One will be in week 6, a midterm, and then a final test in week 11. So you can use that textbook website to do the practice test to get ready for both of those. Okay, so back to this video and article on how to install Solver in the Analysis Tool Pack. Once you've installed these items, I'm going to move over to Excel here. On your Excel ribbon, under the Data tab, you'll have an analysis section that's going to have the data analysis and the solver icons in there. If you've never used these before, most likely you do not have this box under your Data tab. Once you follow the instructions, which I'll quickly show you here, what you're basically going to do, and the video will walk you through it step by step. You'll go to Options and Add-ins. Then you'll click for Excel add-ins, and this box will come up. So you'll just check Analysis Toolpak and Solver. They're already checked online because I use these tools frequently. So once you do that, and then you come back to your Data tab, you'll see that you have the Data Analysis Toolpak and the Solver installed. So again, if you're not familiar with that process, we've got a video and an article here to walk you through it. So once you have taken care of that, you've done the reading, you're also going to, in week 1, participate in the discussion. The discussion in week 1 is asking you to introduce yourself and basically discuss any Excel experience that you have. Hopefully everyone in here has had some experience with Excel or a class in Excel, because we're going to go over a lot of new tools that even a power user probably has never heard of. But we need for you to already have a base knowledge of what Excel is and what it does and how to write a formula to do a calculation in Excel. So you're going to discuss that there. Okay, so when we go back to the content, you've participated in the discussion, you've done the reading, and you've viewed the videos. Then you'll be ready to go into the assignment. So the assignment for week 1 is basically kind of a practice to make sure that you have the solver and the Toolpak installed like it needs to be. So there's problems just to make sure that you have those installed, and just to kind of get you warmed up with Excel and do a couple of problems that are not too complicated, but just make sure you know how to use Excel and enter a formula. So you're going to click on this spreadsheet, and this is the spreadsheet that you're going to see. So this is your homework or your assignment for week 1, and you'll see there's 4 separate problems here. So on problem 1, you're just going to read the problem in this blue box here, and you're going to fill in the information given. So in this paragraph, there are some fixed costs explained, so you'll just enter the amount of the fixed costs in this box. And some variable costs are also given in the box, in the problem box, so you'll put the variable cost there. You'll put the selling price there. And then you will enter a formula to calculate break even. And the concept of break even is a basic business concept. You've probably already covered that in other classes, but if you have forgotten about that or it's been a while, break even is also explained in chapter 1. And so you can look at page 7, and it shows you a formula there. Profit equals revenue minus expenses. Break even point, you'll recall from accounting, is the point at which profit is 0. So you'll just alter that formula to calculate break even for you. Break even is actually spelled out for you on page 8. So to get break even, you're going to take the fixed costs, which remember you're going to calculate right here, fixed costs, and you're going to divide that by the difference between the selling price and the variable costs. So see the formula in on page 8, and you're going to enter your formula for break even here. So you're going to use cell references for Excel. You're going to use Excel cell references to put a formula in to calculate break even. That's all you're going to do on this sheet. So you'll end up having here the number of units needed to break even if you write your formula correctly. Then on problem 2, it asks you, oh, I've already got it in there. Okay. It asks you to place the appropriate formula in cell B7 to calculate profit. So you're going to put your profit formula in there. And again, profit is explained on page 7, but we know that profit is the number of items sold times the difference between the selling price and the variable cost minus the fixed costs. So you're going to write that formula in using cell references here to calculate profit. So then we will know from this formula you have in this green cell what the profit is based on the information given here for selling price, fixed cost, variable cost, and number of units sold. So then in part B, what you're being asked to do is use a tool called GoalSeek, which is explained in the reading. Everything that I'm telling you is going to be explained in the reading. So if you're watching this video at the beginning of the week, you may not know exactly what I'm talking about yet because you have to do the reading and view the PowerPoints first. But GoalSeek is explained in your textbook, and there's a visual of it on page 11. So what you're going to do with GoalSeek is determine how many units you'd have to sell if you want your profit to be $10,000. So remember, in this green cell, we've got a formula to calculate profit. So we want that formula to tell us we want that formula to give us a result of 10,000 by changing the number of units sold. So GoalSeek is up in the what if analysis. It's under the data tab here. Then you go to what if analysis and then GoalSeek. And so again, it's on page 11, but to use GoalSeek, you're going to say set cell. So this is the cell that we want to adjust to a certain number. So we want the profit cell, the cell that has a formula in it. We want to set that cell to a specific value, $10,000, right? We want that cell to show that particular value by changing the number of units sold. By changing cell B6, that's where the units sold is. And so then you would click OK, and it'll calculate it for you if we had a formula in here for profit. So if we have a formula in here for profit, we can go to GoalSeek and tell it to calculate for us what the profit should be, or what the number of sold should be in order to get a specific profit. So refer to page 11. When you do your reading, make sure you review page 11 for that problem. Then you're going to go to your third problem, which is the analysis tool pack. This is a problem we're going to talk later in the course about regression analysis, so we'll explain more later what this tool is and what it does for you. But the purpose of this problem is just to make sure that you have it installed. Because if you don't have it installed, you won't be able to complete this problem. So the instructions here up in the blue say go to data analysis. Okay, so here's data analysis. If you installed it correctly, it's going to be right here under the data tab, data analysis. Okay, so to use this tool, you're going to click on the data analysis and you're going to choose regression. You might have to scroll to get to regression. Then you're going to enter your Y input range, which you're given your Y values. Then you're going to enter your X input range. And then the instructions say to click OK, and you would do that. And what's going to happen when you click OK is a new sheet is going to be generated with the regression data. You don't have to worry about interpreting the regression data right now. That's a much later chapter. But as long as the regression data comes up, then you've correctly installed the tool and you've used it correctly, and we can move on. So then the last problem is just a test to make sure you have Solver properly installed, which is this other tool up here. So again, all you're going to do is follow the directions with this information that's given here. It says to go to Solver, and then it says in the Set Objective box to select cell B16, and it tells you what to put into each of these boxes, and then it tells you to click Solve at some point. See, follow all these directions. And what's going to happen is it's going to change this profit number. And again, later in the course, we'll explain more about Solver and what it's doing and why that helps us. But right now, we just want to ensure that you have the tool installed. So you'll just follow these directions. It's going to change this number for you, and you've completed the problem. So again, this week you're just testing to get you warm with Excel. Make sure you've got all the tools installed properly. So if you have any trouble installing those tools or you can't find them after watching the video and reading the article from Microsoft that are posted in the additional resource area, then go ahead and contact me and we'll walk through that. And so if you've done the reading and reviewed the PowerPoints, reviewed the additional resource material, because you do need that this week, and then you participate in the discussion and submit this worksheet with all 4 of these problems, those are the things that you need to do for this week. And this video is a little bit long because the first week is always longer due to the fact that I have to go over some introductory information like the late policy. Future videos should not be this long, but it depends on the problems, because I am going to, just like I did this week, I'm going to show you how to complete the problems each week and what you should be looking for in the textbook. So again, if you have any questions, I'm available by email or by phone. You have my office hours, and I just look forward to working with you this term. So have a great day.